Hey guys, it's been a long time between videos. Thought I would run you through what I've been up to. Today we're down at DC Motorsports. They've been looking after my cars for a little while now. And I actually haven't introduced my newest car that I've been driving for a little while now, the 180SX. A lot of you may know the car. It's been in Australia for a while, involved in a few different sorts of motorsport, drifting and drag racing. So I'll run you through that and show you what went wrong the last time I drove it. So let's have a look. So this is the 180SX behind me. I bought the car with a full carbon fibre once-off origin kit. Now, I tried to get another kit made just in case I broke it, and I couldn't get one made. So what I've done is I've wrapped that whole carbon body up and I've stuck that to the side at my workshop. And Corporate Industries has supplied a full origin fiberglass kit. So when we do break stuff, we can actually replace it. So I'll just run you through what the car's got on it. So we've got some nice big Alcon brakes on the front. It has a 2J Z engine, makes about 500 kilowatt. It's actually out of the car. We'll show you that in a sec. I've got a TTI sequential gearbox, 6-speed. We've got genuine Bride seats in the car. It's got a full carbon fibre dash in it. Typical things like your pedal boxes. It's got a winter's quick change in the rear. It's got PBM, front steering and rear. It had a Link ECU in it, Motec PDM, Motec dash, had CDI, ignition, Hypertune inlets and exhaust manifolds. It's a 2J non-VVTi. We've got a radium fuel cell. It has a rear mount radiator with the origin wing on the back. And yeah, unfortunately we had an engine failure last time we drove it. So around us there's scattered bits of the engine all over. Now I actually had a new bottom end to put in, which has been fully built. It's 1,000 horsepower rated. It's got main caps, I-beam rods, all the typical stuff. When the engine failed last time I drove, it was basically just due to the age. We actually stretched a rod bolt and it put a window for the side of the block. So luckily I did have that new block sitting there. So the head's off at the moment getting fixed. So that needed a couple new valves in it. While it's there, we're doing a whole new set of valves and giving it a full overhaul. And then there's a lot of upgrades going into the car at the same time. As you know, cars just snowball. When you do one thing, you may as well do that next thing, and then you may as well do another thing. Before you know it, you need some deep pockets to fix it out. So we've got the boys down here at DC Motorsports looking after everything. I know that with this level of car, you really need someone doing quality work on your car. You can't afford for things to get missed. So I might grab Davey in a sec and give you a bit of a run through. He can show you what went wrong with the motor and yeah, what we've got planned for it.
Hey guys, it's Davey from DC Motorworks here. I just thought we'll give you a quick rundown on Nathan's damage that is done here. So the build's quite old, so it had a few old parts which showed its age. There was things like we found the oil pump backing plate loose, so it was losing oil pressure here. We could see in the logs it was a bit up and down. When it did throw the rod, it went through the sump here, which has been repaired. Luckily, it just went straight through the middle, so it was able to easily be repaired. Not so much for the good old starter motor here. So when the rod came out, it's hit the starter motor, which is why in the other video you'll see it's just clicking away and not moving. Also, probably the other most important thing is the rod was also jamming the whole thing together, so it wouldn't move anymore. So yeah, there's going to be quite a few cool things going into this, which I'm sure Nathan's gone through. Things like the ECU, a bit more wiring stuff, some stronger components as well. A few extra safety sensors we're going to be adding to make this, to make use of the KV8 M-Tron ECU, to really utilise that and keep it together so we can have a nice reliable thing for him where he can just change the oil, thrash on it, do 12 clutch kicks instead of 5 and not blow it up. So yeah, that's about it.
All right, so fortunately I had this engine sitting in my shed for probably a year or two now, but I bought it second hand of someone that had it built. It's always a little bit of a scary thing buying a built motor that someone else's had done. Fortunately, it came with a full spec sheet of clearances and whatnot, so you could semi-trust it. When we opened up the wrapping, because it literally had been sitting in the wrapping for years, we did notice that there is weights all on the rods and the piston, so it does look like it's been balanced properly. But it's got, 10-to-1 compression. It's got some nice dome pistons in there, the I-beam rods. It's got the billet main caps, typical ARP studs and whatnot in it. Balanced crank, a good base, and to save us time as well, it's really good that I had it sitting there. But yeah, that's about a $10,000 block of metal you're looking at, and then the head will be getting fixed, and I don't know, maybe a few grand there. But I think you mentioned there's a few things that you boys are going to be doing to the oil pump and stuff that you.
Yeah, so I think you've supplied a brand new, genuine 2J oil pump.
Yep, got that.
Which is a housing which has the gears in it as well. But we're going to upgrade the to billet gears from PRP.
Yep.
Especially with the newer 2J oil pumps, when they were getting made in the COVID times, a lot of the foundries they had to use different foundries which had poorer materials, or porous in this case, and basically they would just shatter, especially with higher RPM, which you will be doing in this car.
Yes,
lots of high RPM.
Beat on it a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to make sure we've got some good components in there. That's not going to have another failure like with the other one there. Like you said, this block is this bottom end is a totally different thing to what you did have. So we're going to take some consideration into how much extra domed these pistons are to how big the camshafts are in the head, and all of that, just to make sure there's going to be no clearance issues there. Luckily, yours is a non-VVTi, so it's literally a mechanical, like all the things are fixed mechanically, so we shouldn't get any contacts unless something else catastrophically goes wrong, which it won't. That's why we're going to have
wood.
some.
Where's wood?
That's why we're doing it properly. We're doing the M-Tron thing with all the sensors and things like that to really look after this thing. But yeah, keen to get it together.
Cool. And maybe we can get Braden to talk about some of the wiring.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what upgrades we're doing there.
Yeah, he's
as you mentioned in one of your previous videos, this car was a high level for its day, but things have evolved. And yeah, like I was saying before, when you start doing a few things, you may as well bring it up to the highest standard. Like it is a pretty high caliber car. It's very highly strung, it makes a lot of power. So we're doing some extra things to make sure we've got those safety features in there to prevent any engine failures happening again. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's especially these days with how expensive and harder to get some of these parts are. It makes sense to, especially while it's all apart, it makes sense to put these safety parameters in to look after the investment that you're putting into it. But this goes to anyone too. Like these days, we've learned so much over the years. We all used to be young and try to do things on the cheap. And as you get older and wiser, we find out it doesn't work. But even when you do big things like this, some things still can go wrong. But that is part of motorsport as well. But we try to do the best you can using the best things possible to make it nice and reliable and keep that.
It's just insurance really, isn't it?
100%, yeah, exactly.
Do it right the first time. Use a quality mechanic like yourself.
Thank you.
Make sure things are done right the first time and nothing's left loose or anything like
that's
that.
it. Yeah, exactly. That's always one of the key things.
One thing I did like is when we were talking about doing this project is you said that the way you guys run internally is whoever works on it doesn't get put on another job. They're there to spend you know, the entire day on doing whatever it is, so that you're not stopping and starting and having the opportunity to, you know, make mistakes, which I really liked as a customer.
Yeah, correct. Absolutely. It's yeah, there's nothing worse than having 3 different people that might do things 3 different ways. Even though it's still high quality, everyone has a different process of doing things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had Braden on this car from start to finish. So he pulled the motor out, and as he was pulling it out, he would really go through on how things had been installed.
Yeah.
So we can improve on that. So it took probably 2 hours longer than it really should have to pull the motor out, just because of how entwined some things were. So that's where a bit of rework's going to happen. But as he was pulling it down, he was able to go, oh, okay, like with the oil pump, for example, okay, why do we have an oil pressure issue? Oh, the backing plates are loose. The oil pressure was bypassing back into the motor, which is why we saw some weird dips. And then, yeah, as he was pulling it apart, it's like you have that one person that sort of checks it off as you go, as you're undoing things, like that was a bit looser than it should have been. Things like that. And that way, when it goes back together, it's everything's accounted for as well. And yeah, he'll be doing the wiring on this as well. And yeah, we'll get him in a sec to go over all the wiring stuff and some of the sensors and upgrades we're going to do with that.
Cool. Sounds good.
Perfect.
Braden from DC Motorworks here, once again with Nathan's car. So I'll be doing most of the job, also all the wiring side of it too. So for engine management, the car seems to have originally had an Autronic at some point. Originally, TZ has done this wiring. He's done a really good job, especially now that it's actually starting to go through its 3rd rendition now of ECUs. So it's gone to a G4 Plus at some point. We don't know when. Now this time round, we're also stepping it up, and now we're doing the M-Tron KV8. So along with that now, we're also adding drive-by-wire onto the car. Electronic-wise, this car is pretty basic when it comes around to its usual sensors: oil pressure, fuel pressure, oil temperature, all the real basics. So with the M-Tron, we're going to be running basically like their throttle mass flow, which is all torque management. So in this, we do have to add some additional sensors as well. So we'll be adding in a boost pressure sensor before the throttle body, as well as a new map sensor after as well. We're also going to be putting EGTs on the car, and also EMAP. So more data, the better. Keep an engine alive, basically, especially with Nathan behind that wheel. As well as in this, while we're doing the M-Tron as well, we are looking at going into our 35 coil setup as well. This does have the old M&W CDI box as well, still running the original 2JZ coils. I'm always an advocate, if you're at the track, can you get something in time and quickly? Because once again, not a lot of people also carry spare parts, but you never know, because in the drifting community, a lot of people will help each other out. And R35 is a dime a dozen as well, especially when you're out there. Once again, that's about it. We'll hopefully see you on the next video, and fingers crossed, we'll have this thing running, hitting limiter real nice.
I know you guys haven't seen this in a while. I've got something pretty exciting to show you. Come with me. I've dusted off my R32. Since you guys have seen it on the channel last, it's had a lot of work done to it. Come over here. So we've got some new seats in the car. Now, these seats are a little bit worn and a few marks on them, but these are out of the S15 that caught on fire a long time ago. So a pretty sentimental pair of seats that I've fitted into this car. For those that don't know, it has a PPG 6-speed sequential. This originally had the Winters quick change in it that I've put into the 180. So I've put the GDR rear end that was in the 180 into this. This has GK Tech rear knuckles. It's got the Acostal front end in it. But the spicy bit, which I want to show you guys, is this motor. So this is a BSC built 3-litre motor. It needs a final tune, but it's up to about 460 kilowatts. It will crack 500, no worries. It's an absolute torque monster. It's got a hypergear turbo on it, Greddy intake, drive-by-wire, crank and cam angle sensors, link ECU, R35 GTR coil packs, all the usual bits and pieces. But it's a very cool car. I've owned this car for about 10 years. So this used to be my street car, and then it slowly progressed into becoming something a bit more than that. But I'm planning on driving it at Winterfest, which is only this weekend coming. I'm not sure when this video will be released, but I will be driving it this weekend at Winterfest. My plan is to keep it off the walls, untouched, not get too excited having tandems, because it actually has rego. So I want to be able to go for a nice Sunday drive and grab a coffee with this. It's my baby, and I've got a very soft spot for this car. But yeah, it's been sitting in the shed for about 2 years. So pretty excited to get back in the seat of it. All right, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed a bit of an update of where things are at. Hopefully the next video will be showing you the 180 with an engine in it, and we can yeah, hopefully get some footage of it running, and maybe do a bit more of a more technical spread of what we've done of it. I might be able to chuck some footage of this on the dyno when the boys ran it up the other day. But thanks for watching. Comment down below, let me know what you're thinking. How much power is the 180 going to make when it's done? I reckon it's going to be over, well, close to 500, reliable 500. But yeah, subscribe if you want to come along and watch the second part of getting the 180 running. Cheers guys, appreciate it.